play what Goodford did. Now this is just one of many things. The history of Goodford is that she had Val hit her link one motherfucking day. When Val was on her panel tour, panel hopping like did it, yeah.
Everyone that was recommending her take a break was more so for her mental. Like for your mental, everything that you're doing, you definitely should go chill. No one's saying leave. No one's saying go delete your channel. No one's saying, no. Like I said before, when she first did it, that's cowardly to me. Don't delete your channel. Don't hide your channel for what? I didn't run. I stood in the paint because that's what builds character. I could have hit my channel. I could have hit videos. I could have did all of that. But it was my choice to deal with Hag. So what's going to come with it, I'm going to have to take it whether I like it or not. But you got to own it. Just like I did. I owned it.
How many times I have apologized about this? How many times I give myself.
We're talking about you and Sean right
but
now.
I'm saying I get why Sean is he's disappointed. He's mad. He's upset with who he thought I was. And what I'm saying is it makes sense. I get it. I'm not lost on it now. I understand it. You understand what I'm saying? Like I respect. You cannot negate somebody else's feelings. And if I got up here and I was like, well, that's just how you feeling, I would be a stone cold bitch. And if I sat over there that day and I faked my feelings about him and Dani, I would be lying. I would be lying, but that's what I felt. Because just like he just said, ain't nobody held me down like them, period.
She went over there to Goodford, and Goodford started asking, you know who Dani is? But how you know who Dani is? So you talk to an anonymous person, you don't know who she is, but who is Dani? Who is Dani? She sat for 15 minutes interrogating Evangelist Val, swearing up and down she would know my identity and trying to get it out of her. And then she got sent some information, which she says about me. She said that Bleachy gave her information on me. And at the time, she was threatening to put it out. So I know who Dani is. I know who you is. I put it out. She was threatening to dox me with it. But she was saying that she believes that Bleachy was sending out those anonymous emails trying to dox me. And false dox me as that Daniel Allen. And by the way, I do believe that because the first person that mentioned that Daniel Allen name was Bleachy, but she was on the panel, was so dumb. And I have the receipt, bitch. So don't try to hide your Bleachy hands, bitch. Don't try to hide it, because it ain't hiding nothing, because bleach stains is everywhere. Don't talk back. She's the one that sent out that information to where people can try to false dox me as that person, to smear me. So she's been doing that. She smears people, and she's mad because she made up a whole story about me garnishing her wages. And when she went live, everyone was, even creators and subscribers, nobody was believing it besides the small DBU people, okay? So when no one believed it and it backfired, she started losing subscribers for lying on me. So with that being said, she's the type of person that will put out lies like that, like I unalived a child, which is slanderous and defamation and sue-worthy. With that being said, the Bleachy person is up in his stuff. If your channel gets terminated, then I'm not gonna give your channel back. So don't even try to ask, don't try to email, don't try to write, don't try to plead, don't try to be like, why can't it be commentary for commentary? I'm fine with commentary for commentary. What I'm not fine is with defamation. Y'all hoes be on here lying and making up shit. That's not commentary. That's lies and slander.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
So first, y'all hoes need to understand what free speech is. Free speech is not defamation. Free speech does not give you the right and the reason, to go live and make up lies and stories.
Because I never ever lie. Pinky swear.
Well, she swore.
And what's happening is the people that's really saying frauds and scams, those are people that's actually frauding and scamming and doing all kind of misrepresentations with the court, even the Bundy person.
It's just been on. I knew I could talk to them or reach out if I had questions or anything I needed. I knew they were there. And I fucked that up. Whatever it was, a workmanship, a friendship, whatever it was, I am attuned to that shit. And this is another relationship that I am showing the whole YouTube world that I have fucked up.
But let you know, I have had this energy with Dani. Dani would be live, consoling, and backing you. Just like Sean, because we done did it before. With the coma, with the seizures, with the strokes. That was Sean and Dani.
Let's see if the Bundy person talks about how it's trying to sue me over an image she doesn't even own, and how she got a letter from the Copyright Office telling her that she does not own it and that someone else owns it. And when she submitted it to the court, she redacted it she only showed like 3 words, and the rest of the whole letter that the Copyright Office sent her saying that she doesn't own it, she redacted and blocked it out for the court to see. The emails, she did the same thing, blocked it out so the court wouldn't see what the Copyright Office said. So guess who requested the Copyright Office letters to see exactly what it said and in full? Me. Guess who submitted to the court? Me. She's a fraudster. If you knew the whole time the Copyright Office told you that you don't own that image, then why are you still talking about you copyright? And then on top of that, if you know this, and why are you going on Stationhead and YouTube using my content? So when I screw up 2 of her videos to use my content. So people are saying like, okay, so she has a copyright lawsuit on an image she don't own, and she's using my content, and she keeps on trying to sneak and use my content to lead the authors. People are not going to say like, hey, how can you be suing someone for copyright? How can you be suing someone for copyright for something you don't even own in the first place, because the Copyright Office says you don't? Then on top of that, you're using that person's content. You're just keep on making the whole Stationhead being creepy. You know how creepy it is to make a whole Stationhead using somebody else's brand likeness and playing their content while you got a whole lawsuit about your content. Oh, I forgot, it's not your content because you're suing me for something you don't own. And the United States Copyright Office told you that you don't own it, and you didn't tell the court that. Instead, you submitted half the document so you could.
Why are you doing that? It's because you're misrepresenting what you're submitting, and you're trying to conceal the fact that you don't own the copyright so you can continue with your frivolous fake lawsuit.
Unlike me, who only wants to conceal my identity from the court.
The person is claiming impersonation. No, it's not. I don't have to impersonate anyone to request public records. Copyright Office is public record. So now you're defaming me by claiming that I impersonated you to get records. No. Any communication with the Copyright Office is public record. So cease the defamation of my name. And secondly, quit playing my content.
I am the only one who can do that.
I submitted the full documents to the courthouse.
Wants to conceal my identity from the court.
She submitted redacted. I submitted unredacted full emails and letters. So now she's mad about it, claiming that I impersonated her to get it. No, I did not. I requested public records and they gave it to me and they charged me for it. You big back liar. All she does is go live and lie. Nobody's stalking your ugly ass in real life. You're too ugly to stalk. I'm not trying to say that because ugliness has nothing to do with stalking, but literally you're too ugly and bad built and frumpy and nasty looking to even want anyone to stalk you. No one is thinking about stalking you.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop your fucking lying.
And for all the other bitches, I was never served nothing. You don't know my name, and I ain't been served shit. So I don't know who won something against something that ain't my name. Because that's my serve. Last time I understood anything, you can't serve someone if you don't know their name. So you might have served somebody invisible ghost, but you ain't served me. So you can't get a judgment against somebody that ain't their name. It's not enforceable. Okay, go read the laws on what enforceable judgment is. You sued a wrong name, and you served the wrong thing, and you ain't served me shit. So we already been through this before. The last time it got overturned, because I said the same thing. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't my name. It ain't my registered agent. Ain't none of that shit. And I'm gonna say the same thing I said before. And repeat. When y'all know my name and my real address, that's when I've been served. Until you know my name and my real address, I ain't been served motherfucking shit. Because who am I? So you might as well have won a lawsuit or try to win a judgment against Casper the Friendly Ghost and put Casper the Friendly Ghost, because then you try to get money out of Casper the Friendly Ghost. That's as good as it's gonna get. That ain't my name. So how you gonna garnish wages? This ain't my name. Make it make sense. You gonna garnish Dani Robertson? That ain't my name.
So how did you transfer me the song under the name Danielle Robertson if that is not your name?
And last time I checked my Google, this Google ain't even in my name.
So all this bitch do is get drunk, get high, and then be over here saying Dani all the time with her crackly raggedy voice. Okay? Gargle some Listerine before you go live at least, bitch.
Robot persona is dead, and the real person has to face the music. It sounds like Teddy is trying to keep the pressure on, but at some point, the court has to stop asking and start taking. Since the robot girl is still ducking the address order, do you think she's actually in the same country? Or do you think she's using the I'm overseas excuse to stay hidden?
Well, according to the bear, the address that she's been using on her court documents has actually been associated with some fraudulent ass PP loan ass shit in Minnesota.
What the fuck is you talking about? You on here lying and making up shit. So you're out here trying to act like I have PPP loans out of Minnesota associated with some sort of fraud, and you're getting this information from a liar with no receipts. Okay.
Both you and I know has been also associated with some other shit in the federal funding down in Minnesota because of all the fraud. Like literally, like the summons and the shit that she sent to the bear, she actually
Why would I be sending her a summons? That don't even make no sense. You know what a summons is? A summons is when someone that's a plaintiff is trying to send a summons for someone else to show up in the court. And the whole time, like she was talking about AT2 fat this and he fat and he fat and he fat and the whole time she was sitting with a nigga just as swole as AT2. You was fucking on a nigga that looked like AT2. Or you're talking about AT2. Maybe you wanted to fuck AT2. I don't know. The way you was talking about AT2 makes it like you had a different type of man. You have something else going on. You over there humping on AT2 look-alike.
There's a lot of jealousy because people support my channel. Y'all show love to my channel and each other. It's a community. People are pocket watching and just jealous, and they just try to make up stuff about money and scam. If you pay attention, all these people talk about is money and scam.
I am the only one who can do that.
They are scammers, which we saw just recently with Maggie trying to sue Layla Letitia for something Layla Letitia didn't do, and shout out to Layla Letitia for winning that case. But she scammed her audience out of $1,000. She turned around and said that she paid for the sue Layla Letitia, but she used a fee waiver. Press 1 if you understand that she used a fee waiver to pay for the Layla Letitia lawsuit. She didn't.
Press 2 if you understand that paying to e-file is $200 per person. And let's not talk about seeing a lawyer.
You need to understand like the chain of attack dog, because Jag attacks celebrity. Celebrity send attack dog. Tasha K. Jag attack Tasha K. Tasha K send her attack dog against Jag, which is Dani. So to understand why the attack dog is attacking, you need to understand who the attack dog is working for. That's why I believe like the Kenneth versus Jennifer, nobody is talking about it.
But that's because nobody, Nosy was the one that really brought that attention. I do know that Hotshot, I don't know if he's still on YouTube. I don't know. But I know that he was one of the people that was talking about it as well.
One day I saw the story surface online sometime in I believe November or December of last year, and I made a show about it, and I spoke my opinion and what I felt, and Jennifer reached out to me, I believe, the following day. Yes, and I've had extensive conversations with Jennifer. I've interviewed her multiple times. We've spoken about the case over and over. We've deciphered every detail on this case from beginning to end. This pretty much caught me off guard because I was actually preparing to go live today and do a show on this, because I've seen a lot of victim shaming coming from people like Black T Blog, that's on the panel currently, Tasha K, probably about.
Wait, let me just jump in here. If you're talking about Jennifer, then that's fine. I don't really want you addressing Black T Blog so much. If you want to talk about some of her opinions, that's fine. But between the panel members, let's keep it civil. Is all I'm saying. Right?
Absolutely. Well, I'll definitely keep it civil. Okay. What I want to come here and say is, she had Kenneth Petty's cousin on her show threatening Jennifer, and she was condoning it. She made fun of Jennifer. She belittled, harassed, and threatened Jennifer subliminally herself with contacting Jennifer's baby daddy, which she was under the impression that he was a threat to Jennifer. So she condoned all this on her channel. She's a big Barb blog. She's one of Nicki Minaj's biggest fans. She did it all for a check, or what they call a verification. She claims to know Nicki Minaj personally, so it's a very biased and malicious opinion.
Because you also said this, Black T too. You said you're verified. What does that mean?
It just means that you've reached 100K on YouTube. And YouTube has verified that you accurately got these subscribers, no buying, no fake stuff. It's just verified. So it doesn't do anything for your rankings or anything. It really doesn't do anything to give you a check mark. There's no benefit. Okay. Yeah.
Well, she made a big celebration about it and thanked Nicki Minaj and Barb's for it. So I just want to point that out.
Yeah, we celebrated on Twitter. We did. And I just want to make
100,000. I'm celebrating too, goddammit.
I think it's wonderful. Absolutely.
This is where all the victim shaming comes from. I always celebrate it too, no doubt. But this is where I'm just trying to point out the backstory, where it all comes from. She wants the Nicki Minaj recognition, follow, tweet, conversation, DM, all that.
Hotshot Radio. Let's take it point by point, because you said that she's victim shaming, and then you said about 5 different things, and they all kind of washed over me.
Oh, it's a lot.
Okay, what's the first point where you say that she's victim shaming?
Well, she's called Jennifer a liar. She's made fun of her teeth, her looks. Do
you have any response to that, Black T Blog?
I do, and I did do a full video on this. So the reason that me and Marie Petty, I did an interview with Marie Petty to give you guys some context.
Who is Marie Petty?
I was going to explain that. She is actually related to Jennifer's brother. They are related to Jennifer. So this is a family.
Jennifer's brother, not
Jennifer's brother. Okay. Let me speak, please. So I did an interview with Marie Petty We were talking during the interview, and this is on my video that is up right now. Jennifer jumped into my comments and she was antagonizing Marie Petty. I have every single screenshot in my video right now of things that Jennifer was saying. The only reason we responded to Jennifer that way is because she was in my chat saying, who am I scared of? You? You're not my family. You're reckless. You're not going to do anything. All of those screenshots have been saved. My videos are still up, unlike yours, because Hotshot, you have removed your videos. So it wasn't we're badgering her. She was in my comments. So I responded to her in my comments.
Let me stop there. So Hotshot Radio, it seemed to me that you were saying that she was victim shaming her. And I was with you until Hot T Blog said that Jennifer showed up in her comments and started
defending herself.
Yeah. Well,
defending herself.
Listen, all right. She started commenting. So now there was some back and forth. So if there's back and forth between these two adults, I'm not sure you can call that victim shaming.
Well, she did it prior. Let me just interject.
What I want to do is just go point by point, because when you say 10 points,
she has a. With all due respect, the leader attorney, she has a history of that. This wasn't the first show. She has a history. She went from platform to victim shame, bully, harass, and threaten.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about point by point. All right. So if you're talking about they were talking about her teeth or whatever, but they're going back and forth, and I say, okay, what's the next point?
Well, Jennifer came in there to defend herself, first of all. Second of all, she had Kenneth Petty's cousin, which is related to Jennifer's brother. She's like his half cousin or something, because he's related through the father. But she had her come on there and threaten Jennifer and said, I will find you. And Black Sea Block condoned it, laughed at it, mocked it. And she's been doing a whole campaign to
okay, so let's start right there. Let's start right there. Okay, what did you say to this allegation that you condoned someone threatening Jennifer? Do you know what he's talking about?
Yeah, so this is actually the same video that we're referencing. All of this happened in one video.
Okay.
Marie Petty said they were going back and forth. And Marie Petty says, I know your baby father. Do you remember what they were going back and forth? This is the same video. This is not a separate incident. Jennifer, we were not talking mean about Jennifer. When she got into my comments and she antagonized my guests, she got a response. It wasn't to victim shame or to badger her. If she never would have showed up, we never would have went back and forth with her. So this is the same video. And I think it's important to know it's still on my page.
Can I also say, Black Sea Blog is the same woman who also threatened to revert back to her gangster ways when she was in the Blood Gang. She alluded to that.
What?
Yes, and go after Jennifer. I have the proof, the receipts on my channel, guys. Listen, I have all the videos up. Like, they're not down like she said. I had them private purposely because I knew she would try to use them to discredit.
Okay. All right, let's do this. Are you a Blood? Are you in a gang? Have you ever been a Blood?
I don't think I would have an MSW and an MBA and an ASW.
Those were your words. I have the video.
I do have a past when I was younger. We all do. But I want to be clear. I've never been charged with money, never been indicted by a grand jury, never had a felony on my record. So don't try to play those games.
Oh, you do have a court case that's been floating around the internet. But let's not get into that. You're lying.
You don't want to get into that because my lawyer is definitely on that.
We're going to talk about a few things with the surviving a Petty situation. I have special guest Sean Davy Way. He has a YouTube channel. And y'all, please go check out his YouTube channel if you haven't already. Sean Davy Way is everything. Sipping Socialites is one of my longtime mermaids. We have Corey here, who was on my Clubhouse yesterday, and he told what he knows about the situation with Kenneth Petty. But Clubhouse is not recorded, so we want it on record. So he has agreed to come and talk to us again. And we have Jennifer here, and she's gonna, briefly speak and say something that she wants to say. And then the rest of us are going to continue on.
Thank you for having me, Nosy, once again. Like I've told you, first and foremost, I want to say thank you to you. For all the work that you have done, for the push that you have given me, for the extra strength in my voice that I didn't realize I had, and speaking up and telling my truth. You are definitely a powerhouse to reckon with. I just sincerely want to say from my heart, verbally, to everyone. I can't get to everyone in the messages as quickly as I'd like to. I try to take a little break for myself and to spend some time with my little one. But today I wanted to be here to say thank you. And I love you all, and I appreciate all the support that I've received. And it doesn't go unnoticed. And I'm hoping that this gives, people who have chosen not to speak up, I'm hoping that it gives them courage.
Yeah.
As hurtful as the things people have said about me, the narratives that they have put out about me, the way they try to spin my words and twist and whatever. I know exactly what I have said, and I stand on everything I said. And whatever videos they have coming out, I'm ready for them too. I just want them to play the whole thing, and not just, little snippets and things like that. But just to let everybody know who has been supporting me that I have nothing to hide. And the support has been great. And without it, I definitely wouldn't be like here talking to you guys like this now. So
people are trying to shame you for not making eye contact. Like, it's easy to make eye contact to talk about being assaulted, but we were.
Well, then if I looked at the camera, they would have said, "Oh, look, see, I told you she was looking for." You're darned if you do, and you're darned if you don't. I don't think it's ever been easy for anyone to relive the moments. It's not like they asked me, like, "Hey, just give me a synopsis of what happened." No, they wanted to know details, and when you speak about details, you can't help but reflect on them. Like your brain just goes back to the memory, and you feel like me. I talking about it. I go back into that little girl that was hurt. I'm not speaking as the grown woman who was violated. I'm speaking as a 16-year-old who didn't know any better and who, thought I did something wrong just for freaking asking a nigga where the hell he was going. Like, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I didn't listen. Yeah. Look, right. It is what it is. People are gonna pick and poke and prod and my posture this and my posture that, and that's okay. One day I will be, standing all tall with my head up, and I'm getting there, and I'm working on that, and that's it.
This is totally different though from the way you were when we first were introduced to you.
And to the ones that it didn't happen to, I can almost guarantee that they know someone who was hurt. Yeah. And I just feel like the message that's being sent out here, as far as like, if you tell the truth, if you talk about what happened, or if you're in a relationship, or if you're wearing this type of, you shouldn't scare people away from telling the truth. I'm sorry. Things like this happen. And it's not all men that do it to women. You got women out here that do it to little boys and little girls. So it's not, I'm not trying to shame any. And another thing, I'm sorry. I'm not asking nobody to hate anybody. I'm not asking nobody to bring nobody down. Tear anybody down. How do you think I feel being torn down? I definitely don't want other people doing it to other people. People don't understand. I told somebody, like, us as Black women, we don't understand the power that we can share amongst each other if we supported women like that, in situations like this. Yeah. And to have a Black woman shaming another Black woman just because the story doesn't fit their liking, like that's horrible. And I don't understand how, those women can live with themselves.
You cooperated a lot, and a lot of this stuff what Jennifer's claiming in the lawsuit, where she got the harassment from the fan base, where she got the threats. You cooperated in all of this, and a lot of this actually, because you have a big following, and you made your followers and your fan base attack Jennifer. You kept sending them over to attack her.
I own the barbs. Okay, I didn't know I could own the barbs.
You know what I'm talking about.
Okay, that's funny because my video is not included in the lawsuit as harassment.
No, it's not yet.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let's kind of get back to Jennifer on this. It's clear that you've interviewed her, and you find is it fair to say that you find her very credible and kind of what she went through and all that? All right.
Yes, sir. I find her extremely credible. In fact, Jennifer's provided numerous receipts, numerous evidence, and documents supporting her allegations. So, in my opinion, yes, I do find her credible and to be telling the truth. Jennifer, Black Seed Love took upon a road of defending Nikki because it suits and benefits her channel. It's, for self-monitoring.
You keep bringing this back to Black T-Ball, but let's keep it on Jennifer.
Because that's why he's up here. He's up here to tarnish me, not talk about the case.
You can talk about whatever you want.
Every single platform you follow me around, so.
Remain civil.
You can talk about whatever you want.
Let me ask you, what do you make of Jennifer's statement that the $500,000 wasn't good enough? The $500,000 offer wasn't good enough.
Well, she was pretty much stating that wasn't good enough for her to lie and recant and break the law for recanting. That's not, $500,000 is not worth her truth.
Did she mention to you how much her truth would be worth? Do you know how much she's suing for? Because apparently they filed a lawsuit. Do you know how much they're looking for, her and her attorney?
I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know.
Okay. Have you had any contact with her attorney? It seems like her attorney, some people are saying that her attorney's doing a good job.
He's doing a great job. I pretty much, the same contact I have is the same contact everybody else has through social media, where he'll post something, we'll go there and comment and stuff like that, and pretty much congratulate him and thank him for doing such a great job that we're doing now.
And when is the last time you spoke to Jennifer?
Just the other day.
Before or after the real interview?
I spoke to her after.
What was the real interview? Oh, that's the interview that she did with the attorney? How did you feel that interview went?
I think it went really well. I think it showed her in her most vulnerable, organic form. This is what she's been going through. She's been experiencing this harassment, these threats, the bribery for quite some time. So it exposes what she feels inside and what's the trauma about. You know, like people were wondering and trying to put a face. It's Jennifer this whole time. She came on my channel, did an interview. A couple of times she did like 1 or 2 interviews where she showed her face. And now she's on mainstream media. So now the world knows, because people were trying to discredit my channel and try to discredit her. And, you know, it was a tough battle because people were, you know, this is a lot of people's favorite celebrity we're talking about. So a lot of people were in awe. It was like, wait, this can't be. No way. So that's normal and natural for people to feel that way. So it's been a really tough journey.
Let me ask you, what are they trying to specifically discredit her about? Because certainly whatever happened when they were 16, something happened because he went to prison. All right, so something happened there. It's clear that, you know, he hasn't registered for the sex offender because he's already pled guilty to that. So what are they trying to discredit her about? I guess the money situation, is that it?
Well, it's pretty much everything. From the minute that Jennifer came on social media, first they said she was not the victim at all. You know, they said she wasn't the victim. No, the victim's white. She can't be because this woman's not white. Yeah, it was crazy. Oh, it sounds like Tasha K and the person sitting next to you right now. They were both 2 of the people saying this. And they were saying that this is not the victim at all. This is the narrative they were trying to spin in the beginning. Once I debunked it.
Well, let me stop right there. So Black T Blog, did you feel like Jennifer was not the victim?
So in the beginning, her story did not match because I have the 1994 docs. It didn't match what was put in the court record. So I speculated, is this the real person? The reason I said that she was white is because I got a picture of her mother from her family. Her mother was blonde hair, blue eyes. And so in retrospect, she's biracial, she's part white. So technically, I mean, because her family reached out to me and her family said, look, we're tired of this. We need to speak with you. We're tired of these games. We need to put an end to this. And I want to make that clear. Her family came to me. I didn't go looking for an interview.
Interesting. Okay.
Her adoptive family, just to clarify.
Oh. Have you ever talked, Black T Blog, have you ever talked to Jennifer, or y'all really aren't?
No, I would rather not, because I think at this point, because
let me ask you, let me just jump in. Did you feel bad about saying that she wasn't the victim? Did you apologize to her for saying that?
Never.
I didn't feel I needed to, because I said, I'm not sure about this story. I didn't come out and said, you're lying. You're not the victim. I said, her story does not match. And my video is still up. It's part 1 on, I have a whole playlist, and it says her story does not match what I see in the documents. And then after it went on a bigger platform, bigger than mine, and this was like blown up into YouTube, then everything just kind of unraveled to this point we have here. So no, I wasn't sure she was the victim. I can't lie and say sorry for something I wasn't sure about.
She never said she wasn't sure. She alluded to being sure that Jennifer wasn't the victim. I asked her to apologize on my show one time, and I said, like, don't you feel like you owe Jennifer an apology? And she, with so much conviction, said, no, I will not apologize. And I'm like, listen, you got the victim part wrong. You said Nikki didn't call her. Jennifer has included that in her lawsuit. Why would she? If it's a lie, why would she if Nikki didn't call her? Well, that's easily investigated in court.
But that's the same thing with the U.S. Marshals. She said that the U.S. Marshals traced the call back to her, and they were Nicki Minaj, and there's no criminal investigation. It goes both ways.
You're not a lawyer. We discussed that.
It goes both ways.
Yeah, I guess you have to say that there are very entrenched camps here. The question I had was the Black T Blog had mentioned about this black character having been I don't know if he went on behalf of Nikki or if he was just acting on his own. But I want to ask the gentleman, in any of your conversations or interviews with Ms. Huff, did she mention him? Or
yes.
She did? And how did she explain who he was in relationship to Nicki Minaj?
Black, according to Jennifer, is a neighborhood associate, someone that she knows from just being in the neighborhood. And according to her, he's friends with Nikki and Kenneth. I saw the text messages between Black and Jen. I saw the text messages with the other alleged goons that reached out to Jen in hopes of her recanting or in hopes of her taking the bribe offers. And so the interesting part about the whole Black story is that right after Kenneth Petty took the plea deal for that case where he failed to register in California when he first moved in with Nicki Minaj, Black, days later, probably a day or two later, if I'm not mistaken, he went onto his Facebook, I believe it was, to celebrate, thinking that this was a case that Jennifer had going on with Kenneth Petty. And he celebrated And he did a video with a gun on his lap, another gun in a holster in his car, pretty much subliminally threatening Jennifer, saying, I got you now, B, the case is over. You know, you guys, I got all the evidence on my channel. And that's why they've been trying to take me down as well. But anyway, he did this recently, and Tyrone Blackburn also posted it on his IG Instagram post. This guy threatened Jennifer in front of everyone, in front of the world recently, with guns on his lap, subliminally, and we're still here questioning Jennifer. This is happening in our faces. Okay. On that, you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask Black T Block. So, what are if you had to give the two biggest points that support your position that Nikki's good and Jennifer, I guess, has some holes in her credibility, or however you would frame it? What are your two biggest points?
Well, I think I said it pretty clear in my last video. Jennifer's statements.
I haven't seen your last video.
Yeah, that's okay. Jennifer's statements, I think, are going to contradict her case. The reason I feel that way is because her lawsuit is outlined that Nikki and Kenneth directly, and indirectly threatened her, but her statements in different videos say different. She says Black is the one who did everything. Black is the one who orchestrated something. So it begs a reasonable person to think, okay, well, why isn't Black included in this lawsuit? If Black was the orchestrator for all of this stuff, and this is what she said numerous times. The second thing is, there has to be some understanding of how we got to this supposed phone call. Nikki says, I heard you could do something for us. What conversation took place with Jennifer and this person who relayed the information back to Nikki, and how did it get back to Nikki? And I think those are the missing holes. How did Nikki hear? Why? There's just so many holes that we haven't put together yet. And I think if we can get down to the bottom of that, then we can get down to the bottom of the truth. But I really do feel like her statements are going to contradict her case.
Were cheering on whatever I was doing. The moment I rejected these hoes is the moment they now adding like, oh, Dani's the bad guy. But they were literally cheering me on. So she's actually pointing to that. Y'all were Team Dani. Y'all were cheering her on. Y'all were fans of Dani, and then now you're flipping and you're trying to hide your hands and hide the fact that y'all were really cheering me. And the point is, I rejected you hoes, and now that you're rejected, now you're trying to spin it as if you're in opposition, and you're also making up lies and stories on me to paint me a certain way. That's what you're really doing.
Because you bitches considered everything that I went through is karma, ho. But it looks like you've gone through worse than what I've been through, bitch. Because I'm not stressing about no motherfucking lawsuit. I'm not stressing about no motherfucking bitch on here who's a coward bitch who can't show her face. I'm not stressing over no bitch. I don't give a fuck about that bitch. They leaving out the fact that they were literally harassing me too.
So I don't like her, but she's telling the truth that these people were
actually attacking her and trying to be team me, and then now they flip.
So she don't like how they going from panel to panel pretending like anti-Dani when they actually were team Dani and wanted to be kissing my ass and wanted to be in my camp. Because I didn't get them a seat at the table, they're rejected. So now they're going around pretending like they're like always being anti-me, and then also they were attacking her, but now they are flipping on me and then kissing her ass. She's like, wait a minute, now you're kissing my ass and now against her, but before you were for her and then going against me. She's calling out the hypocrisy and also the flip-flop behavior
on the fucking stalkers group. They were a motherfucking member of their motherfucking group, harassing people, target people. It was all funny then, right? It was all funny when they were attacking me and another company.
No. They are still members for their stalkers. You're also doing the same behavior you're accusing them of doing. You're saying that they were attacking and stalking and Blue Waffle, you started with me first. It came from me first, trying to go after me first. And then secondly, you have doxed a lot of people in this sector and creators, and for no reason. I could name a bunch of people, at least it's so many people you doxed for no reason, just for commentary and because you didn't like what they were saying about you.
I am the only one who can do that.
Also trying to rewrite history. 1 minute you said you was going hard. Going hard? What do you mean by going hard? So 1 minute you're going hard, and then you say, oh, you're not trying to play victim because you was in a mutual. You go back and forth between trying to be a victim and then from going hard. So please just stop, girl. It was mutual stuff going on, and a lot of stuff was even mutual because there are people you attack for no reason that were not even beefing with you, and you also doxed them, and they were not doxing you or coming for you. And even to this day, they still have not doxed you or came for you in return. Child, I would have matched fucking energies, but they didn't do that. You can't come out here like playing victim yourself. though. And you said like you're not trying to play victim. You say that, but then later, moments later, you're back to playing victim by me and others. Either you're not trying to play victim or you are.
But now that your ass is going through all this motherfucking shit, now you want to play like you the ultimate motherfucking victim. Now you want to act like you wasn't doing nothing. You was on the same bitch's team. What are you talking about? Why are y'all leaving that part out? Why are you leaving the part out that you were cheering for the same bitch that you're now suing? You were cheering for the same bitch that you now have an issue with. Why are you leaving out the fact that you were just like the motherfuckers you are calling a villain? You were just like the motherfuckers you villainizer. You didn't show your face, bitch. You was an avatar too, bitch. I had to expose you too, bitch. Because you bitches, if you have something to say, I'm gonna pull you out from a rabbit hole, bitch. You're gonna fucking say with your whole chest. You're not about to harass people behind the avatar, bitch. I don't think so. We're gonna find out who the fuck you are, period. Because if you got that much heart behind the fucking avatar, bitch, behind AI, you should have enough heart to say it camera to camera, bitch, you scary ass hoes. You're not tough behind the avatar, bitch. So a lot of these hoes was behind avatars, just like the bitch that they're going after now. They were on the same motherfucking team. The same motherfucking team as the big bad bully. The same motherfucking team as the person who thinks they so big and bad anonymous. So you're not a victim, bitch. I don't give a fuck. You're not a victim. You just dumb as hell because if you was speaking for yourself, which you wasn't, because you was following after a fucking crowd, belonged somewhere, bitch, until that bitch turned on you. It wasn't he ha bitch. Yeah, tell the full story.
Y'all niggas start talking about somebody turned on somebody. No, these hoes, the ones I'm talking about are obsessed losers that came after me and I responded. That's what's happening. Even right now, when I be minding my black ass business, not even on YouTube, not making no videos, these hoes still got my name in their mouth, still making up lies, still running with narratives.
I only strike people behind the scene.
So when I'm out of my business, people coming for me, and then when I respond and I match fucking energies and I attack back, then they play victims. And then what's interesting is you say these people are not victims, right? So what are you talking about? Either they are victims or not. If y'all hear what she's saying, she said they are not victims. I agree. You are right. They are not victims. They lost against me. They're losers. They're not victims though because they're not innocent in the situation. You see what I'm saying? And even when you brought up, someone's bringing up their age, like Bundy. She's not a victim. She's a person that's online attacking me all day and night with lies. She goes live. Her content is making up lies about Dani. What can I lie about Dani today?
I am the only one who can do that.
So do you hear that? Y'all can stop tagging her and mentioning her, saying with no little lies. They don't want nothing to do with y'all. They don't like y'all. They don't fuck with y'all. They don't see you as no victim.
Tell the full story. Don't be lying to these new people. Do not be lying to these people who just popping up and making their channels. Tell the full story, period. You were on the same team as the bitch that you're after now, ho. So I feel no type of nothing for y'all because this is what the fuck you get. You're not a victim, bitch. She just turned on you like she turns on everyone. She, he, or whoever the fuck they are. Because you cannot trust motherfucking content creators, period. I don't give a fuck. You cannot trust them. You have to be strategic, right? You have to vet them out, period. That's why you don't see me on people's channels like that. If I'm on somebody's channel, it's because somebody asked me as a favor or I'm helping the bigger picture. I'm never just hopping on nobody's channel just talking shit. That you will never see me on anybody's channel just talking shit. You will never see me in anybody's chat because I'm exclusive, bitch. So you won't see me on everybody's shit. So anyway, now these bitches are mentioning me. Now they're talking, like bringing up all this old ass shit. Now they have something to say. Now they clapping and saying, oh, Charisma was right. I'm glad she unmasked so and so. But wait, hold on. You said it was wrong at the time. You said it was wrong for me to find out who a harasser was behind the avatar, behind the rabbit avatar. You said that was wrong. Oh my God. She doxed her. She doxed the person who's harassing her and her family.
So you right here, you admitted to doxing Rabbit.
I am the only one who can do that.
So you doxed Dani Rabbit Hole News, and for what? For commentary? You don't like her? Rabbit didn't dox you. So right here, you're bragging about doxing Rabbit who didn't dox you. You see what I'm saying? So how are you innocent on this whole YouTube when you doxed Rabbit and her family? And Bleachy was the one that had the information first. So we already know that bitch sends out anonymous shit. And she's gonna hire her bleachy hand. Same way she sent out that anonymous stuff to Goodford. Goodford said she got anonymous emails claiming that I guess I was Daniel Allen. I don't know who. So that came from Bleachy because I have proof. Don't try to hide your hand, bitch. You were on a panel with So Dumb, and you started saying that Daniel Allen stuff at that moment. You were threatening to dox Rabbit, and next you know Rabbit is doxed. Like, girl, we are, and Rabbit has sent you communication before and used those communications to dox her to other people. So with that being said, right here, she put this video on private, but right here she admitted to doxing Rabbit. And have any one of y'all seen Rabbit dox her? No. So that means you doxed Rabbit for no reason. You're not innocent. And you also did it to other creators in this sector. You doxed them for no reason and they didn't dox you. I think you were actually one of the first people to actually dox Roddy Root, Rabbit, Plain as Jane, Kiva. You're even trying to dox be a bossy or don't be a bossy bitch. Or you also dox was doing Sean and his mind. You doxed his minor kids. I remember that. You were doing a lot of stuff on here. And dox Auntie Loretta. You was going on and on, girl. And then so as you said, you're not a victim either. And I think that's why you hid your whole channel, because you know you was doing shit. And to be honest, all the shit that was allowed before, YouTube don't allow that shit no more. You could lose channels over this shit.
And now you're sitting here being fake as fuck. Charisma was right. I'm so glad Charisma did that. Y'all wasn't saying that shit. You was not yapping that shit back then. So where's this fake love coming from now? I don't get it. Keep the same motherfucking energy. Now that you're in the hot seat, now that you're doing all this legal shit, now that you calling the police, remember? Now you calling the police. Remember, it was an issue when Charisma did it. It was an issue when Charisma got a child abuser locked up. It was an issue when Charisma was an advocate for the children that this bitch abused. It was an issue when Charisma stood up in motherfucking court for the children who was abused and a mother who was abused. That was an issue. It was an issue doing the right thing. It was an issue being an advocate, bitch, right? I was a snitch. But now you bitches are doing the same motherfucking shit and you're in a worse position. Now you want to mention me. Now you want to bring up my videos. Now you want to pull up all the information I said. Oh, Charisma said this or Charisma said that. No, leave my fucking name out of it. Leave my name out of your shit and you handle your own motherfucking shit. How about that?
Trees was one of the people that was advocating for Jennifer as well in the beginning. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So
the beginning, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, in the beginning. I don't know how she feels now, of course, because I don't watch her. But like I said, a lot of people wasn't talking about what's going on with the Jennifer. I see a lot of that on Twitter. That's why I've been keeping up with it at, because they talking about it on Twitter, of course, but on YouTube, I don't see nobody talking about it, and they're probably not talking about it because they don't want to be sued, or they don't want to be attacked by Tasha K. Because if you talk about Nicki Minaj and a derogatory, the Barb's gonna get you, but if you big enough, Tasha K gonna get you, okay?
Especially being mothers to having children and sisters and families. It's awful. It's horrible, but you can't win them all. And you can't save everybody and you can't make everybody believe you. And I'm not trying to do that. I just want to continue telling my truth. And I would like, the ones that did wrong to take accountability. That's it. Corey, I appreciate you for standing in your truth. I know it's not easy to be on this side of things. And although what happened back then, it wasn't nice. It wasn't cool because of that I had to leave the state, but I appreciate you now rectifying the situation and standing up for not only myself but women, and
it's not a problem.
Yeah, thank you. Have a great night. Thank you, Sean David Wade.
Jennifer, hold on, before you leave, first, I just want to rectify a situation. Like I said before, when I talked to you, Jennifer, I publicly have said some things that I'm not necessarily proud of when it came to your situation, especially with me being ignorant to a lot with what was going on with you. And I feel that if I can publicly say something about you that without speaking to you or hearing truly your side of the story and being oblivious to what you actually went through, I think that was really insensitive of me and very biased of me because of me being a huge fan of the person that's affiliated. I shouldn't have never came before you and what happened to you, especially as the victim myself. It's like shame on me for not, taking the time to hear you and to hear your story out before I decided to make any type of opinion or judgment. I think that that's a problem with the situation right now, that some people have stated certain things about you, very ignorant without speaking to you or truly hearing your story before gaining an opinion. So I just want to publicly say to you, Jennifer, that I apologize and that you'll never have to worry about that type of energy from me again, because I'm not that type of person. And I should have definitely, did my research before saying anything about you, especially how brave you've been throughout this course, because it's a very hard thing to do that you are doing. So I just want to say once again that I'm truly sorry. And if I've offended you in any type of way, I humbly, on bended knee, apologize to you, because I truly am sorry. You didn't deserve any of the things that I said.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it matters so much about how Nikki got in contact with with Jennifer. But your point is well taken about Black. And I want to ask Hotshot Radio, what has Jennifer said about Black? Why is Jennifer not involving Black in any of this if he was such an instrumental player in the situation? Black T Blog's point about why isn't Black included in the lawsuit if he was the intermediary? He's such a fundamental player, it seems. Why do you think he's not in this?
Well, what I can tell you is that Nikki has the biggest influence in all of the harassment.
Is that AKA money?
Well, she made out a slanderous comment. She put out a slanderous statement about Jennifer. She said Jennifer was in a relationship with Kenneth Petty at the time of the incident. She said that
we've kind of moved over to Nikki, and I want to bring us back.
Well, I'm bringing you back to Black. I say all that to say this. I'm not sure why Black is not included in the lawsuit. What I could tell you is he's not included, although Tyrone Blackburn has threatened to file criminal charges against Black on his platform. So I wouldn't say Black is off the hook just yet.
Who is Tyrone Blackburn again?
That's the attorney for Jennifer.
Oh, okay. So the attorney has said
Okay. Yes, he has the video where where Black is recently threatening Jennifer again on video, on camera, and he said he just threatened Black to file criminal charges against him on his Instagram post. So that I could say he's not off the hook.
Gotcha. Interesting, or maybe they don't live in the same place. Or Suzette speaks. Do you know why he wouldn't be included?
Or maybe he's a tough guy, and you don't want to necessarily have him involved for a myriad of reasons. If he's the muscle, so to speak, or if he is just just the as you said, the conduit for the bigger fish. And again, they want the big fish. So I don't know how much his pockets. I don't know if they are deep or whatnot, but I think they really want to focus on Nikki.
I think what people are missing is that the thing that I got from Jennifer's interview was that every time Jennifer has not changed her statement, the fact that when she spoke allegedly to Nicki Minaj said, "I hear you can do something for us. I hear you can do something for us." And Jennifer has also been very adamant that it was Black who sent her the lawyers, this third party, that it was Black who offered her the money, that it was Black who was relaying information. So I know that there's this notion that Nikki and Kenneth reached out to Jennifer, but why would Nikki say, "Hey, I hear you can help us out," if she was seeking out Jennifer? So that, to me, allegedly implies that she probably had a conversation on the side with this third party person, and he was relaying information back and forth. Mm-hmm. Now, since then, this third party, he's actually come out to release FaceTime videos. And he says he's recorded every single conversation with Jennifer. And during one of his recordings, Jennifer is saying, "Do I need a lawyer to help me write the letter?"
Oh, really?
It's online. It's on Twitter.
Did the clip mention a monetary amount? It was any discussion of the money? Okay.
No. So what I find interesting is that if you noticed, even during Jennifer's interviews, she no longer referenced this Black character who was allegedly her cousin as Black. It's now an associate of Nicki Minaj. And now that he's kind of been cut out of her story, I'm noticing that Black is now attacking her on the blogs, saying, "Oh, I've recorded you. You tried to extort me allegedly. You've done this, you've done that." And I know you're not fond of the whole Tasha K situation. I don't want to get into that, but Tasha K posted the clip on her Instagram, and the man has a recording, and you see Jennifer's face, and she's talking.
Wow.
And it's a 5-second clip, and I didn't understand why now he started coming out with all of this. On top of that, Jennifer.
Wait. Do you know what sounds weird to me though? The fact that it's a 5-second clip. Because no one really you see what I'm saying? No one really has a 5-second conversation like that. Just to release a 5-second clip seems super suspicious to me as an attorney.
Right.
Or what do you think, Suzette speaks?
Yeah, I think there has to be context to every conversation. You're going to put out what's most favorable to you, of course.
Right.
So we don't have the context. I don't know if I would trust it. I haven't seen any of these clips, by the way. So I'm definitely going to do my Google search once we get off of here.
Yeah, and so it's on Twitter. It's on her page. And so now you have all of these parties coming out to contradict what Jennifer said. I do want to, in Jennifer's defense, her story about, speaking with Nikki and what Nikki said has always been consistent. And she's always said, "Nikki said this, look, I hear you can help me." My only issue with this is that if there was a conversation that happened before Jennifer spoke with Nikki, that's the conversation we need to know about. Who are all of these third parties relaying information back to Jennifer, then back to Nikki? Could these third parties be lying to both of them because they want the money? I don't know. In the beginning, Jennifer also said that Black was the one who offered her $20,000. Jennifer provided a screenshot. In the screenshot, there was $15,000, not 20, and the man was holding up the money. And she said this was basically, she's
Wait, say that again. Who took a picture of the money?
Jennifer provided a receipt. So it was a receipt of this alleged third-party man holding up money. And she said it was the $20,000 he was originally offering her.
Who took the picture?
She did on her phone. She screenshotted it, and this was one of her receipts. It's also included in her lawsuit.
Wow.
She then says Nikki didn't offer her $500K. She said after she spoke with Nikki, her brother called her and offered the $500K. So it was $20,000, then $500.
Gotcha. So it's 20,000 first, and then the 500.
Then the 500. Yeah.
And then she said in her lawsuit that that's not good enough. How did you interpret that?
That's not good enough. I think it's a twofold. I don't want to look too much into it to where she's saying that it's not enough money. I honestly believe that maybe it isn't good enough for what she feels she went through. And I've said this from the beginning. We're not here to attack what happened in that room. We don't know. He was adjudicated. It's done. Right. But I think maybe if she feels that the money is not good enough, maybe it is her emotional being as well. But it did kind of make me feel like, okay, so what offer is enough? Are you saying that there's a certain amount that you will take? But I try not to ask
There are very deep pockets on the other end of that question. So.
150 million worth, absolutely.
I heard about that email that made it so that people thought that Teddy was also part of the whole situation.
Well, I think that it was something to stir up controversial things because there was a lot of new people involved. Like here was somebody that was very eager to learn and, talk about people who weren't being honest. So I think the emails were sent out to throw people off. I did get the emails as well. Teddy also got the email as well, surprisingly. But
Teddy got the email saying that she was part.
Yes, but she never opened the email. When she got the email, because she was close with Rabbit, when she got the email, I guess from my understanding, I don't know, this is, from what I heard from Teddy, was that when they were saying like, people were, of course, tracking you through the email, all that weird stuff was going on. So people were afraid to kind of go through the emails and click links and stuff like that. So from my understanding, when Teddy got the email, she didn't open up the email. She went straight to Rabbit and she had told Rabbit that she got the email, and Rabbit told her not to open up the email and that Dani was going to talk about the email or she was going to talk about the email, and Teddy didn't know her name was in it until Down the Rabbit Hole basically doxed her.
Don't pull me in your motherfucking shit at all, because you bitches cannot be trusted. You think this is a motherfucking game, huh? You thought I was exaggerating, huh? Oh, she's just saying that because this and that and that and the other. Okay. Oh, she's just doing that because it's YouTube. Bitch, I've been said it was past YouTube. I've been said this was on and off YouTube, bitch. Calling family members, trying to get me fired, that's off of YouTube, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about? But now when it happens to you, now it's a problem. Now it's harassment. Now it's wrong. No, keep that same energy. Keep the same lack of empathy, bitch. These bitches have amnesia. Now they don't remember being on the same team as the bitch that they're now after. You was on the same team. You was harassing motherfuckers too. Tell what you did, bitch. You was a big bad wolf with them, ho, rah, 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 right? When you had a gang of fake bitches on your side. Now when the bitch turned on you, now you're a victim. Oh, this person has been harassing me for years. And years at a time. No, bitch, you was on the same team, ho. Tell the full story and keep my name out of y'all motherfucking mouth. Because I got shit to do with the fuck you got going on. That's your battle to fight. That is your war that you wage, bitch. Keep charisma name out of it, bitch. Because as far as I'm concerned, these bitches don't exist to me. A bitch who don't show their motherfucking face don't exist to me. And a bitch that hid her face is now showing her face. So my job is done as far as I'm concerned. As long as my family's safe, as long as I'm safe, I don't give a fuck about nothing. Don't bring me in y'all shit. Like I had to handle it by myself. You bitches still need validation. You still need people from the outside backing you up, bitch. I had none of that. No support, bitch.
The other bitches are bringing your name up and mentioning you, but I'm not talking about you. I'm mentioning you, bitch. You're still on my invisible dick. You're still watching me and lurking me. I'm not thinking about you. I study you. However, you keep on trying to, mention me, and every time you make a video, it's always mentioning me and what I'm doing. And then periodically and every now and then you make a vlog on me or you talk about something I'm doing. So you're definitely lurking and watching everything in the shadows, bitch. You're probably in my pushes right now. Now, I will say that, as far as you saying they're not victims, that's true, they're not victims, but neither are you. Such as I have not made a video on Blue Waffle, Bleachy, So Dumb, and all these people. So then for them to keep on coming for me daily, it's weird behavior. That becomes stalking, because then now it's like, it's not reciprocal.
I only strike people behind the scene.
And then people can say, well, they can still talk about you every day because of stuff happened years ago. No, at that point, it shows who the problem is, though. If I can go years without talking about that person, they can't do the same for me. It shows who the stalker is, and it's them.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
A real solid bitch. I don't need cheerleaders, ho. I don't need people backing me up, bitch. I did it by my fucking self. And that's what you bitches are mad at, because you will never have the fucking heart, the fight, the resilience, the intelligence, bitch, that I fucking have. And then you, bitch, who's running her mouth on people's motherfucking panels, ho, you was on that same team too. And then she turned on your ass too, because you a hop hopper, bitch.
Please, she talking about your ass, and that bitch, you love AI. That bitch is AI herself. It's catfish AI season.
Wait a minute. Is someone who refuses to show themselves really judging anyone?
Yeah, so yeah, that bitch is ugly. So don't be fooled. If you knew, you gotta see that bitch, cause child, woo, without a filter, without the other stuff, that bitch is hit and monstrous. And I'm not trying to be mean, cause I'm not whatever, but I'm telling y'all, that bitch is child. Rabbit, you got a stalker that's really, really, that bitch is, oh my god, that bitch is creepy. Let me tell you, Ryder Root is ugly, but child, let me tell you, right? If I say that, you know, Ryder Root looks better than Bleach. God bless her heart. The blue waffle person posted when Bleach E was the avatar. She posted her face. She said, "Oh, this person's face," and she put all of her channel, made a whole video.
You never saw me in my ops chat, bitch. I've never befriended anybody I said was a motherfucking op. I never befriended anybody who talked shit about me, bitch. You bitches are the fakest. For $1, for a view, for a click, and for a like. I don't have to befriend fake bitches. I don't need no motherfucking crew, ho. That's why we're not the same, bitch. I'm not teaming up with motherfuckers just because you got the same enemy. No, you fight your own battles, bitch, and keep my name out of your motherfucking mouth.
That email was sent, I believe, in September of 2021.
You know what's crazy is that in this email, they talk about a Blaine Greenwich.
Yes.
And then they talk about the fact that this person was also obsessed with Meghan Markle. Do you know how fucking weird it is for me? I come from Meghan Markle.
She had a very, in my opinion, obsessive compulsive behavior. Like her activity on Twitter. I do have some video clips. I'll send it to you. She was very very hard on things on Twitter about who said what and who should be apologizing to who. And it was very, for her not to be a YouTuber, for her just to be a random person who went up on Kendi Washington's panel and she went on Down the Rabbit Hole's panel. She seemed very enforceful on Twitter about things. Like even when she put Teddy's name up on her Twitter, she had Teddy's name up there for years. Her full name for no reason.
Another thing that's funny is that Lady Letitia is part of the Megxit community and Paula was a part of the Megxit community. But at the same time, they seem to have strong opinion about Jaguar when I didn't know Jaguar.
Right. So, and you met Lady Letitia from Jaguar, right?
No, from Meghan Markle.
Oh, and what, she came to this sector with you when you were talking about Jaguar? or
No,
something?
she was there way before me. Because Tisa Tell keeps on doing hit piece on the royal family. Be against the royal, be pro-royal, don't give a fuck. But she keeps on going with the narrative that Meghan is a victim when she's not. But it's just a coincidence. What do they have? Why do people think that this Blaine person was Monica?
Well, because also another part to this is the Iron Troll. Now, the Iron Troll is two people. I don't really know too much about the people, but what I do know is they had a website. The website is now down, surprisingly. And they had did like a whole expose on all about the Team Monica, where they actually was the ones that put out her allegedly real name. And in that
The
expose,
Kenya Gibson thing?
yeah, in that expose, they also talked about Blaine, and he said that Blaine was a super fan of Monica's.
I know how to do what the House of the Princess does and what Princess does. That's it. Y'all getting in the chats, ask me about what other folks do and why other folks talk to Monica. I don't know, and I really don't care.
Hello, everyone. How are y'all? I'm so glad to be a part of the live.
Yes.
I just have a difference of opinion, and I know I'm going to get hate, but I feel that all of them were over 35 and got manipulated and played by an avatar who made countless money on their likeness, and they're all stupid. And Marcella, to be a woman her age, was manipulated and just she was a fool.
I'm sorry. Is this Poodle Lover or Lafina?
Schoolboy.
Not Lafina. That's not
Schoolboy,
Lafina.
Princess,
Okay.
and
Delete
So
this, though.
Debonair were messed.
I am. That's
They
ridiculous.
ruined it. They ruined
let him
it.
say it. No one's hearing you.
Schoolboy, Princess,
No one's hearing you. No one's
and
hearing you.
so
No one's hearing you. No one's hearing you.
I thank you for your time. I thank you for taking time to, out of 5 hours your day last night, to watch me and Marcella and Soul Debonair. I thank you that you have nothing better to do than to focus on me and my beautiful face and my business. And I would like to invite you to study my behind as well as you have invited us to do yours.
Jesus understands their situation. And so I told you this is not over. This has been a spiritual warfare. This has been a year of revealing. So, I let them say what they want to say because I'm fine. I promise you. I got my princess back. So Debonair, we are all going to fellowship together. We're going to make people happy, and I don't care. But the blood of Jesus really covers us. I want y'all to know that.
Well, you saw how she started talking about Soul Deb and she got so upset. Like, there's something about Debonair that really puts a fire under Monica's ass. And it's really probably his spirit. And the fact that she can't match that spirit, and it just kills her. And then for him to give Ples all, that grace that he did that day, it knocked her down so much and she just couldn't take it. I don't understand what the problem is with her and Soul Debonair. Like, what did he do to her?
Nothing.
Exactly. Like, she's just crazy. And that woman, that was her. When she said, oh yeah, like she talks like that, the pauses, the way she was talking. That was her. That was her in a different voice box, because you heard the reverb coming back from after she was talking. There was a vibration at the end of some of those sentences.
Yeah, the cadence. Yeah, that was her.
And the corporate America, and I'm in a private group.
She's such a narcissist that she couldn't hold it back.
And then Candy asked her to please share some. She said, well, I have to get things signed.
Written consent for what?
Posted.
Written consent for what? From a group chat. Written consent for what? Ridiculous. She didn't have no receipts, and that was her. She slipped when she said my receipts.
Mm-hmm. The moment she said that, what did she say? She was like, how come no one believes my receipts or the receipts I think she said, how come nobody believes the receipts I have? That's what she said. Her receipts. And she said the receipts that I have. And that's when I stopped her and I was like, well, what did you mean by when you said that I have? Like, what do you mean? Like, and that's why I was like, wait, who are you? Like, what? How are you involved? How do you know these people? And her tone was too pressed. Yeah. Like, I know when I get passionate about something, my tone can get pressed, but it's in a different way. Hers was like personal. Mm-hmm. It was her. It was her.
She wanted to protect the privacy of the group. Who the hell cares about those people in that damn group? Nobody. Nobody even knows them. So what are you protecting?
It's private.
It's her.
You can show the receipts without saying who's in the group.
Or the
just
name.
show the receipts.
I
love y'all. I gotta get ready to go and get ready for tonight. I hope to see you on Speak With Your Girl Marcella.
But she keeps giving herself away. Like, what is wrong with her? Yeah. Why do you keep going on these platforms and making these comments when everyone could tell it's you? As soon as we heard that, it sounded like
So, Deb, you want to share?
Yeah. So, I tried to stay off the internet today. So I guess last night, the reason why I did get out of pocket last night was because that thing said that I've made someone commit suicide. And I'm like, that's not a really good narrative to be putting out in the streets. One, because I didn't even know the guy. I mean, I knew the guy, but we weren't talking at that time. And he dated my ex. So I don't understand where that came from. And then they said something about my health. Girl, you can read that you're reading live with the avatar. How you gonna read my health records? And then the little poodle that was on here. I'm not poor, I'm not broke, and I wasn't fiending for money from anybody. So I got on to the live to be able to tell a story, because a lot of the times I went on there, share my story about trauma that I went through. I was there for the fun things, but most of the time I was there for different traumas that I've gone through. I've been a representation of the LGBT community on a lot of the platforms that I've been on. So my thing was never about money. I never asked that lady for money. I never wanted money from that lady. So yeah, I mean, you're a poodle on the internet telling us that we're all dumb and stupid, but we are making a difference. I mean, if you look at my inbox, if you look at Marcella's inbox, if you look at Princess' inbox, lives are being changed from the stories that we're telling, and that's outside of the avatar myth. So, when it comes to these type of narratives, and people are asking, well, there's something that bothers the avatar about me. Yes, because I always speak life into people. I don't know how. I mean, you make me mad if I'm gonna speak something different. But most of the time, I'm speaking life into people because I grew up in a space where, yes, my family loved me and they spoke life to me, but I was around people who didn't always have that. So I've been a beacon of that for a lot of people. If I see that, I'm always going to try to speak life into people because I'm a good person, and that's what you're supposed to do. So I just wanted to say that because it's like, the lady who called in before, I mean, how many voices does she have at this point? It's so lame. It's so dumb. Like, just close the channel down and go about your business at this point. Like, we're sick of it. We're tired of it. And again, like I told Princess yesterday, I'm so glad that she got done with this, so we don't have to talk about it anymore. It's I knew people were going to talk about it today, but I literally, if I never hear about this again, I would be okay. Seriously.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think I think now that we've heard everyone's perspective and it's all out, I do think moving forward is the best thing to do. But at the same time, I am happy that we've all had this time to come together and talk and heal collectively. Because like we've been saying, Monica didn't just play the panelist, she played us teacups as well. So it's a collective trauma. All of us were vulnerable at that time. You know what I mean? During the
you always say that. You always say that. I mean, there's other people who say that as well. So it wasn't just a panel situation. But you know, when she comes on and her different faces and her different trolls come around, they stick on us because they don't understand that we ain't leading the charge with this whole thing. We're trying to find out who she is. We could care less. If we wanted to know who she was, we would have never got on the panel in the first place. And the money thing, you know, honestly, like I said, I'm not poor, I'm not broke, I'm not fiending for money. If I want to make money, I can log into my computer right now and make money. So I don't need her money. I didn't need that. That wasn't my experience. I literally came on to learn how to use YouTube and the back ends of it. That was it. And in the midst of that, I was able to tell my story and help people. And I continuously am able to do that. And that's why my channel keeps growing. That's why I keep meeting good people like you and all the other channels that, you know, that are on here, because we're really just good people, you know, and we just got caught up in a bad situation. We all made mistakes, you know, and we all have admitted to the mistake that we've made. But, you know, when we come together and we look strong together, it makes people, people can't help, they can't stand it because they want us to fall apart like they're falling apart. And it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. And I also want to say, like, I totally understand what you're saying about not being poor or anything and like not needing the money and you're doing it for the experience. But I also want to say that it is still okay to say I am providing a service through my talent, through my likeness, through my stories, through my time and energy. And regardless if you have $100 in the bank or $100 million in the bank, you are still entitled to be properly compensated for the value that you add. So to me, I mean, I know that wasn't your intention. You weren't like, oh, I need to be paid for the panel. But I'm just saying to twist the narrative a little bit, just so we can kind of change the conversation around that asking to be paid for the value that you add somehow makes you wrong. And that you see what I'm saying?
I don't think it's quite understood.
Where it's like, no.
But you know, I look at it like this. We're going to get paid for that. It may not come out of her pocket, but we're going to get paid for it. We're going to get paid for that. You know, we sowed a good seed and it's growing now. You know what I mean? Sticking on this whole narrative of us getting paid from this lady who can't even be a genuine person. I don't like that money. I don't even want that in my house. I don't want that to pay for nothing because that's going to bring bad spirits into my house.
Yeah.
So I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that. If I needed money, like I said, I can log into my computer right now before YouTube was a thing for me and make money if that was the case. You know what I mean? I didn't join for it to be money hungry because if I did, I would have never joined it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I understand what you guys are saying, but at the end of the day, we're going to get paid for that. I mean, YouTube is sending me a check in a few days at the end of the month. So, you know, I got paid for it.
Well, for me, people need to understand when they say, you know, being dumb. And Candy, I understand what you're saying. I think on some levels, maybe we all didn't understand our worth and how much it contributed to her show. Because for, at least for me and for a lot of the other people, it was about having fun, having a kiki. But I also, you know, of course, I had a motive in the first place. You know, I did recognize you go on other platforms, you cross promote. This is how that you grow your network, period, with anybody. So of course, me myself was aware of, you know, okay, if I go on here, people will see you and, you know, come to my channel. It wasn't as lucrative as it should have been at the time, but it all comes back. It's all coming back. Those people that I sat with all those times, and I was a fan of the show and a supporter of Monica, you know, I didn't mind it. And, you know, in that aspect, people think it's evil, but it's just business. And sometimes that's just the way it is. If we're so stupid, for me is, what are you doing with your life? And are you following your dreams? Are you going to your boss where you really work at and telling him that, look, you ain't giving me what I want? No, y'all ain't doing this. You know, these keyboard gangsters and these people that have the answers of life and don't know they ass from a hole in the wall. I can't respect it. I can't listen to it. Y'all could go somewhere with that foolishness, okay, honey? We did what we wanted to do, and we all grown ass people, whether we be dumb, whether we be smart, whether we be indifferent. Again, that's still our business. We're not complaining to you that we did it because we didn't even come up with the money part. That came out when Monica and them was sitting there arguing back and forth. And I said, arguing. So, you know, this is not a fact, y'all. That is just your opinion, and it doesn't make it a fact. Because just like Candy said, it's like an asshole. Everybody has one. And what's good for me and what's good for anybody else on the panel, we weren't even aware what everybody, the way each one was moving. Okay. Yeah. Nobody did. So that it may be good for me. It may not be good for me. It may be good for them. It may not be good for them. But at least for me, it also was a networking strategy. There's a strategy in it all. I already had a platform. So why the hell not go up in here and do this free labor, my labor of love, get this practice in, also pick this woman's brain to make me a better interviewer, which I definitely did. Okay. And I definitely asked her how she do certain things. So I got some of the knowledge that I needed. Turnabout is fair trade. Okay. And there is no robbery. There is fair trade, no robbery.
Yeah. No, Princess, I agree with you. And I just want to clarify the point I was making about not saying that someone asking for money for their value. I just meant for that in general, not about you.
And I respect that. That's why I said maybe we didn't realize the value that we put in.
Because that was part of her trick. That to me was the crux of her trick, was making everyone believe that she was the most valuable player, that she was the one who held the keys to the gate, right? She was the one you could trust. She was the one who was going to teach and show. She was the mother. She was the tree. But the truth was the value actually lied in each and every one of you. And that's why everybody tuned in. And to your point, Princess, I agree 100%. All equity isn't just money. It's also exposure. It's also experience. It's also knowledge. It's all of those things. So you're right. Equity isn't just money. It's what you're getting back for the service that you provide. But my point was, I'm tired of people coming at you guys saying, oh, they were dumb. They chose to work for free, blah, 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 blah. Oh, now they're
keyword was choice. Your keyword was choice.
It is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, people coming at you for that, to me, makes zero sense. There is equity that goes beyond money. And also, if you do want to be paid, or if you do want to use your experience as a way to build your platform, that is your God-given right. And that is exactly what you should be doing. Right. Because Monica exploited all of you for her platform. So it makes no sense why you wouldn't use your experience for your own. And I hate when people do that. It's almost like, to a lesser degree, it's like blaming the victim. Well, what were you wearing? Well, why did you go into this? Why did you go into a hotel room?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Well, why did you have all of those drinks? You know, oh, well, didn't you know he was making, this and this? It's almost like blaming the victim in the situation.
We do not know if this is true or not. However, when a woman comes to the public and makes this kind of allegation, she has a right to speak out and be heard. I don't know what the Barbs don't get about that. I have heard men who are being accused. I have heard men even say that. She has a right to tell her story. And then the man has a right to defend his damn self. And she says that she is the person who was allegedly raped by Kenneth Petty, when, as Nicki Minaj says, the girl was 16 and he was 15, but she says that they were both 16. She told the whole story, and people were poking holes in her story. So I emailed her and I asked her about some of the things that people were asking. I asked her about some of the things that people were saying. When y'all were saying that, how did she get from the bus stop? Weren't they in a relationship? Isn't she white? She emailed me and answered those questions. And I posted under her video that I was going to go live about this, and I asked her to pin it, and she did. If there are any more valid questions that need to be asked during this live, I will email her during the live and see if she responds back to me while we're still live. Caution you all to please think about what you're saying. As much as you support Nicki Minaj, that's fine. Nicki Minaj decided to marry someone who has been accused of rape. Instead of you all dragging someone who might actually be a victim, why don't y'all try to get sis some help? Why don't you all, Barbs, who claim you love her so much, instead of participating in her self-fucking-destructing and tying her legacy, her money, everything to this man, why don't you all try to reach out to her and ask her what's wrong with her? And what kind of help does she need that she keeps having these predators around her? Something's wrong. Thank you, Elevated Goddess, for the information that you sent me. I had no idea about this, and it had been on YouTube for like 4 days. Also, moderators, stop blocking people. If they don't mention any other content creators in this live, do not block them. If I need to get rid of all of my moderators, I will. This is my channel. Stop blocking people. But I'm just gonna say that you all need to think about how you are treating someone who really might have been raped. I don't understand how you all are so okay with doing shit like this to someone who really might have been raped. You would think that you would want to just shut the fuck up and wait and see if she's proven to be lying or he's proven to be lying. But going in on somebody, so you go to fuck in on her like this, and then it comes out that she's not lying, then what? Then what? Your head is so far up Nikki's injections that you don't feel anything for what you're doing to someone who might possibly be a victim of rape. Seriously. Like, you gotta be a real soulless, heartless, empty ass bitch. I'm gonna play what she put out on YouTube, because I know some of you are like, what's going on? What happened? I'm gonna play it. This is what the Barbs are so mad about. And then I'm gonna show you all what we discussed in the email, what she sent me. She gave me permission to share this information, but not her name. And I'm not sharing her name.
So I decided to make this video because I feel like even though it's something that happened 26 years ago, I'm still living with the effects now. On September 16th, 1994, it was a Friday morning. I left my home on my way to a city bus stop, headed to school. I was going to John Adams High School at the time in Queens, New York. And I was met at the bus stop by Mr. Kenneth Petty. At the time, I knew him as Kenny. We grew up in the same neighborhood. My mother and his mother used to run the streets together. His uncle worked at the local tire shop that was there on Rockaway Boulevard. I didn't know his whole family, but there was a few members of his family that knew me and my brothers because of who my mother was. On this day, I went to the bus stop and Kenny was there at the bus stop. He asked me where I was going. I said I was going to school. I asked him where he was going. He said he was going to school. I said, you're lying, because I never knew Kenny to go to school. Kenny was a bum. He was a street guy. He was a dude that was always standing on a street corner. He was hanging out with street dudes. That's what I knew him for. I knew him as a street drug dealer. Unfortunately, this day ended up really bad because...
Okay, hold on. We have the person who made this accusation in the comments. Mermaids, what did Sunday Grayson say? Can somebody screenshot it and put it in our Mermaid chat? Well, I'm not a barb. I'm pissed off about the fact she keep what? She keep what? What made her put this on this screen? Somebody let me know. You grew up with her? So are you on here saying that she's lying? What is she lying about? Are you saying that this is not the victim? Or are you saying that she is the one that he was charged for and she's not telling the truth? You don't have to clarify for me. She's supposed to be your cousin. Your grandma raised her? Okay. So she is the alleged victim. You're her cousin and you're confirming that she is the alleged victim. She's not just someone from Barty Gang who was making this up. Is that what you're saying? But you're upset because she's saying that my grandma raised her mom and her. Okay, listen. Can you listen to me, Sunday Grayson? Whether she's saying that y'all were a family, a foster home or not, I want to understand why that means that she can't speak out about this that allegedly happened to her. It was cool when you wanted money though. Okay, hold on. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the link in the comments for either one of you to call in. If you don't want to call in, that does not mean that you are lying. It means that you just don't want to speak about this. Nobody needs to click this link other than Sunday Grayson and I Belong to Me. Nobody else needs to click this link because I'm not going to add you in. I'm about to add I Belong to Me and Sunday Grace to my live. I Belong to Me, we got you on here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi. Sunday Grace tried to join, but for some reason it's saying that you're not connected, Sunday Grace. So you're going to have to try to do it again.
Well, as far as Sunday Grayson is concerned, she's supposed to be my cousin. She's correct. Her grandmother did raise me. Hence, in my video, when I said that I wasn't raised with my mother had nothing to do with this case. So yes, Sunday Grayson is correct. Her grandmother did raise me and she raised my mother. Now, as far as what her beef is, her beef is she feels like I shouldn't speak about it. Why? Because she was in New York hanging with that nigga before he met up with Nikki. She was living
say that
with,
again?
yes,
Who was hanging
Miss
with him?
Sunday Grayson. She was living with his children's mother when all of this broke out.
Mother? Kenneth Petty's children's mother?
Right. She was living with Kenneth Petty's children's mother when all of this broke out. So to see her in the comments, not only is she in the comments talking shit, but she's giving my name. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, number one, so when this first came out, she was cool with hooking me up with a lawyer. She was cool with asking me for a house and a car. She's the one who told me about all of this when it first started. When Kenny first got with Nikki, I knew nothing about it because I wasn't on social media like that. I'm not a big, star based, like I don't care to follow stars or whatever have you. She's the one who called me and said, "Are you sitting down?" I'm like, "Yeah, why? What's up?" She was like, "Oh, well, Kenny's in the Kenny and Nikki, they're together now and they're talking about you in social media. They're talking about you and what he did to you." And it was cool for her to hook me up with a lawyer in the beginning when all of this first hit the surface. But because now she's up in New York, she's hanging out with Nicki Minaj's best friend. She's hanging out with people in the neighborhood who are associated with Kenny and Nikki. So now she wants me to shut up. Now she wants me to be quiet. So for her to speak, I didn't say nothing negative about her grandmother. I can speak about what happened to me in that household.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as far as speaking negative about her family, I haven't said anything negative about her family. So I don't even know why she's in the comments. This happened to me. She wasn't around when this happened to me. I'm older than her. This happened to me when I was 16. And when she was 14, she wasn't living in New York.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now that she's an adult and she's hanging out with these people, this nigga just took her. He took her to the train stop. Just before all of this hit the surface, just before he hooked up with Nikki for Thanksgiving and all that, she was hanging out with these people.
She's on the line now. I'm about to add you in, Sunday Grayson. I'm just gonna hear her first. So, and somebody named Sunday Gracious is in the comments, Mermaz, trying to join this live. If you see them, please block them. Also, if you see this victim's name mentioned anywhere, please remove it. Don't block Sunday Grayson, but remove her name, please. So you're saying that Kenneth Petty took her to the train?
Yeah, she was hanging out with these niggas. She was hanging out with all of them.
And that's why she's now coming at you about
this. You know what I'm saying? First of all, people wouldn't have even been able to tie me and her as family if she wasn't up in New York running her mouth.
Was that Kenneth Petty that I see in her video?
Okay.
Oh, no, it wasn't. Sunday Grayson, you're on here. Hello.
Now I don't know how to see. I don't even do this. I usually don't do this, but I'm just sick of the lies. We're talking about somebody that's delusional, super delusional. I grew up in a house with her. Jennifer, let me tell you something, homegirl. My grandmother's spirit and your mother Heather's spirit, I know they're so upset with you right now. You're going too far. When I called you, you're right. I did call you and let you know what was going on. I had no idea you was going to use it as an excuse to go and try to get you a bag. You need to cut it out. You really need to before you get yourself hurt out here, homegirl.
By who? You're the only one spreading. You are the only one spreading the news about me getting hurt.
Okay, hold on for a second. Sunday.
You already told Jennifer. Did you forget that you already told me that Kenny was your man and that you were upset that what happened to you?
How much did they pay you, Sharon? How much did they pay you, Sharon? How much did they pay you, Sharon? How much did they pay you? How much did they pay you? It must be nice going to New York Fashion Week, right? It must be nice going to all those things that you've been going to, that you've had privilege and access to. Correct?
New York Fashion Week for her hair like that?
Listen, look, okay? It just so happened that you're hanging out with all of these fucking people and you feel like you're special now. How about you go take care of your kids, Sharon? How about that? How about you go take care of your kids? Almost 40 fucking years old, and you have, listen, you can't tell my story. You can't tell my fucking story because you wasn't there. 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 Listen, how you bring it? Listen, first of all, let's stick to the subject at hand. Let's stick to the subject at hand. Let's stick to the subject at hand. We're talking about Kenneth Petty. We're not talking about Inwood Street. We're not talking about the house that I grew up in. We're talking about this nigga, the nigga that you've been running with, the nigga whose ass you've been so all up his ass. Wasn't you living with his baby mother Chanel? Wasn't you posting pictures on fucking social media? Fuck this nigga, when you thought you was gonna fucking get paid? Get the fuck out of here. You are irrelevant. You are irrelevant. And if I fucking see you on the street, you can mark my words, I'ma whoop your motherfucking ass. How about that?
Okay, Sunday Grayson. Sunday, I had to mute you.
Look,
I had to mute
you look like trash. Who house you living in now?
Fashion week with her.
Who house you living in now? Who couch you sleeping on?
Everybody that knows me knows I go get my own cake. So
Who couch you sleeping on? Who couch you sleeping on?
Are you serious?
Who couch you sleeping on? Who couch you sleeping on?
Where's your baby, sweetheart?
With me. You want to see? You want to see my daughter? You want to see? Let me explain something to you. I got 3 fucking grown kids. 3 grown kids, and my little baby is right fucking here. What? I got my kids. You mad? You mad because Donna had my daughter and not your fucking kids? Where your kids at? Get the fuck out of here. You can't tell my story. You can't tell my story. You can't fucking tell my story because it happened to me. And yeah, I was raped in your house, in your grandmother's house. I was molested from the age of fucking 4 up until I fucking left in your grandmother's house. You right. By your Uncle Terry. I was raped by him from fucking 6 to 13, and your fucking sister molested me too. Now, you want to talk about some shit? Let's talk about that. I was a light-skinned girl being abused in your fucking house. Yeah, that was me. And when Kenny's parents came to the house and fucking lied and said that I was with that nigga, I ain't never been with that nigga. Ever. You can't tell my story. You can't speak for me. You can't speak for me. You can't speak for me. No, I do have family. I do have family.
Period. You can say what you want to say.
Yo, go brush your teeth. Go wash your face. Go wash your face.
Okay.
Go clean your face. Go clean your face. Go clean your face.
Sunday
Fuck out of here.
Sunday Grayson, I'm gonna have to mute you.
Yo, you just want to be relevant. You want to be relevant. You don't usually do this. Bitch, get out the comments. Hang the fuck up.
All right,
get some service.
Let me mute her. She's on mute now. Because this, honestly, this was me giving you a platform. I don't listen. I can't with all that. Is there anything else that you want to say? Do you want to tell your story since she's trying to tell it for you?
Listen, Sharon, look, I'm not blood relative to them. Like I said, look, my mother didn't raise me. I'm gonna just tell it all. My mother was on drugs. My mother was a crackhead in fucking Queens. She is now dead. She was a drug addict. So she did not raise me. She left me and my brothers with this Sharon Grayson, Sunday Grayson, with her grandmother, who raised me. She raised me and she raised my brothers. And yes, she took care of me. But yes, there was things that happened in our home. This conversation wasn't supposed to be about that. But being she wants to bring it up, you know what I mean, and talk about how delusional I am. The thing is, Sharon is the one who told me about all of this when this first started. When Kenny first she called me and was like, hey, cousin, I just want to let you know that this is going on. She had then started posting pictures with his children, having them stick up middle fingers on Instagram. This was in the beginning when they felt like, when Nicki Minaj posted what she posted on her on her Instagram about the ages, him being 15, me being 16, she contacted me and was like, oh, you could sue. But I'm like, well, she didn't name my name. So it doesn't matter what she says. As long as nobody puts my name out there, then I'm okay. Or whatever have you. Yeah. So when everybody realized that, oh, well, Jennifer can't sue, I had family members asking me just for a walk-in, talking about, oh, they the only thing they want is a walkthrough. And I'm like, what the hell is a walkthrough? It's like, oh, well, if Nikki walked through the club, you know how much money I could get. I've had people ask me for so much shit. And I'm like, yo, this is my life here. Like, this is something that I went through. I was 16 years old when this happened. Wow. And because this happened to me in New York, I had to leave the state of New York. Yeah, I had to get out of New York.
You told me that. You know what? I have to say allegedly on this channel because I don't have time.
No, I get it. I get it. It's not, at the end of the day, this wasn't about to badger anybody. My video wasn't to badger Nikki. I don't got no beef with Nikki. You can't fault who you love sometimes. And there's no guarantee what this nigga told her. Right. You know what I'm saying? But me saying that I spoke to Nikki, that's facts. I did speak to Nikki. I spoke to Nikki on the phone. She asked me if I would speak to her publicist, Joe. Maybe she could send her publicist, Joe, to where I was living at, or she could fly me and my family out to LA. I declined. Yeah. The last thing I said to Nikki before I hung up was, I need you to know, woman to woman, this really happened. And after that conversation, the only people that contacted me were street goons. I think she has somebody in her camp named Ganks. He was contacting my family members. When I'm talking about when I said $20,000 that people are laughing at, they're like, oh, well, she's worth so much money. And you mean to tell me that they only offered you No, I never said Nikki offered me $20,000. I never said Kenny offered me. I said there was a mutual friend who had connected with me, who said he can connect me with them. He offered me $20,000 because he thought that he'd be doing Kenny a street favor and they would repay him later.
Okay, so when you said to Nikki that you're telling her woman to woman that this didn't happen, what did she say?
She said she didn't say anything. She was like, well, I heard that you were willing, to help us out in this situation. This was right after he had got arrested.
For not registering.
Or maybe. But we got to get into some things. So Jennifer Hugh, Nicki Minaj, Kenneth Petty. Well, Jennifer Hugh voluntarily dismissed her case against Nicki Minaj. Now, be very clear. They're saying that they're still going after Kenneth Petty. The case is not dismissed against Kenneth Petty, okay? Nicki Minaj's team says they are now going to countersue, or they're going to go after Jennifer Hugh's people for the legal fees and the damages that caused to Nicki Minaj's name and reputation for having her in this frivolous, pointless lawsuit. So before I even got to read it and start to think, I immediately felt like she took some sort of payment. I did. Now, publications are saying Nicki Minaj did not pay. There was no payoff. There was no payoff whatsoever. They just decided that they were going to drop the case. While that can probably be true, right? But to be more interesting, to me, I feel like while that could be true, I feel like a payment could have happened as well. But then I have to ask myself, well, why would she pay her to then go and sue her? So it doesn't really make any sense. So perhaps there was no payment involved. Perhaps it was all about Jennifer Hugh having no hardcore evidence to prove her point that Nicki Minaj, in fact, was a part of the harassment. Which, when I talked to Jennifer Hugh on Clubhouse, I asked her specifically, how are you going to prove that? She said no. She said, I have plenty proof, plenty evidence. There's proof. I can't get into it all right here. My whole argument this whole time was, I believe that she was bullied. I believe that she was harassed. But then at the same time, now, Jennifer, I don't know if I believe anything Jennifer say anymore. I don't know if I trust her. Because I wouldn't have quit. I feel like maybe she dismissed it because they felt like we don't have any evidence. So why go this far? Why go on the real? And why talk like you had all this evidence and you know that you didn't have it? So now do we believe anything that you have to say? I don't know. I don't believe her. Now I don't believe her at all. I'd much rather her had lost than to throw in the towel, because it makes you look like a complete liar, and it makes you look like a clout chaser, and it makes you look like you were in it for some money. And that's why I originally felt like, you know what? Perhaps, because I have two theories. Now, this is like my second theory after just kind of letting it all sink in. My first theory, though, was very much so. She had got paid off. It was going to be too much on Nicki. It was just Nicki did not need this kind of press. She's got her documentary coming out. She's got her album coming out. We don't need this to drag on any longer. Okay? I'm going to give you some money. You shut the hell up and go away. This is not going to be, it's very under the table. No one will know about it. Nicki Minaj, I'm going to look like I am the winner. You're going to look dumb, but we're going to pay you. You're going to shut your ass up and you're going to dip. And we're going to continue to put out these statements like you were a clout chaser and like you were trying to look for money and you were trash. Because ultimately, Jennifer, you were. Even if she was paid, it confirms everything that people have been saying about her, saying that she was looking for money. Because even if she was paid, shit, that was the whole point. You wanted the money. So I don't really feel bad for Jen either way, because whether she got paid or whether she didn't get paid, I still don't believe anything that she had to say at this point anymore. Because I specifically asked her, how are you going to prove it? Do you have any evidence? She said, yes, I can prove it. I knew she wasn't going to be able to prove it. And I don't want you guys to get it twisted on what I'm saying. I'm not telling you that I don't feel like they wanted her to recant her statement. I just don't think that she could prove that there was harassment. There's no real paper trail. There's no nothing. And she kept saying, Nikki never offered me anything. Nikki, it was through black. So at some point, you don't have any proof. You don't have any evidence. So it is pointless. So yes, Tyrone is a trash lawyer, and he was trying to get a quick money grab. He was trying to grab a quick $20 million. He definitely was. Maybe she could have got some ground had she had a better lawyer. However, she had a trash lawyer. So this is great for Nicki Minaj. Congratulations. And I'm going to tell you this. Congratulations for Nicki Minaj being smart. Dirty work gets done. Nothing is attached to you. She's smart. Okay? I mean, that's just what it is. Jennifer just, at this point, there's nothing you can say, but Jennifer just looked like a liar and she looked like she was looking for money.
Why I was really surprised by the fact that Sherelle did that whole apology video yesterday.
She did an apology video?
Yeah, she did an apology video to Tasha K yesterday. And I thought that was really interesting. I was like,
Since when?
Well, she made a video 11 days ago about when Tasha K and Cardi B was going back and forth, and she basically said in the video that Tasha K had said that Cardi B dad had, did something that he shouldn't have done. And what happened was Tasha K had then wrote on Twitter and added Sherelle 2 days ago, and basically was saying that that was a lie and that she could possibly. It seemed like she alluded that if Sherelle didn't come out and apologize, that she was going to sue Sherelle. So yesterday, Sherelle made a video and she apologized, which I thought was, of course, the right thing to do because she said, if I'm wrong, I'm going to apologize. I understand that. But where I got a little bit confused at is she started like saying all these things about, she was like, I love Tasha K. I this, that, and third. And it's like, is this the same Sherelle from 2021? Like, that tells me that, oh yeah, they putting the pressure down on the people. They putting the pressure down on the
Scary.
people.
It's scary. People are so spooked by what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Why?
Hear Her created her channel in 2021.
2021?
Yeah, I believe that Hear Her created her channel right after Nosey's channel got taken down, either August or September.
Oh,
Yeah.
so she was part of it all.
Yeah, she was, when it all started happening.
So
because
did it hear her? Was she more in the story with Nosy Ho?
No, I mean, prior to her going up on Sunny's panel, I didn't know who Hear Her was. But from my understanding and just hearing her talking, because she always was saying Nosy was on to something, Nosy wasn't lying. Like she seemed very, pro Nosy in what Nosy felt, even though she had her own opinions on certain things, but she was very, she believed that the things that Nosy was doing in her investigation was, there was some truth
About
to the things
Monica?
about all about the tea. Yeah.
Oh, hi, Jennifer.
Yeah,
She
Hear Her
didn't
was just
even
a
have
subscriber
her
in the
own channel.
beginning
She was just a
until this.
subscriber. Oh, September 2021 panel between All About the Tea, John Ye's Down the Rabbit Hole. Nosy lost her channel.
Yeah, I was about to say she lost her channel in the summer. It was the end of the summer when she lost her channel because once September came, it was a whole nother situation going on now. I mean, that's when the emails started coming out and everybody was trying to figure out who was who and what was going on. It was just, just a disarray with things and,
When did Dani create her channel?
She created her channel in July.
So that was literally like she lost her channel, like literally after Dani came up.
Yeah.
Dear Lord.
Yeah. Since she came to YouTube, a month after she came to YouTube.
And then after she, let's say, whatever the hell, what happened with Nosy Ho, she was supposed to leave, but then she never left.
No, she immediately started attacking Tales from the Code. And then after Tales from the Code, she started attacking me, which, and then it was like targeted attacks. Like
Why was she attacking Tales from the Code?
I mean, it seems like she, somebody sent her to attack Tales because it was no real situation, but she attacked Tales from Nicole because Tales had a psychic reader up on her channel and the psychic reader was talking about who they thought was behind the DR channel. And
Why was Tell even in the radar? Like, who was she going against?
well, Tells was already talking about the situation because Tells and Nosy had a beef. Tells and Nosy had a beef. Tells and Rabbit had a beef. So there was already beef that was going on, that was happening. But Tells was making videos in, I guess, in help of Monica, and that's why John Yates had said that he was trying to talk with Tells. He was trying to get Tells down the rabbit and Shaky on a live stream together, but Tells and Shaky both said no, they didn't want to do it. But Tells was talking about everything that was going on. So she just happened to have somebody up there, like for entertainment, and they were just doing something fun. Like, oh, I got somebody up here and they're just doing a psychic reading. I don't think that's what the lady brought up. I don't think Tells asked her that question. So, but the lady basically started talking about it. She was saying that it was somebody's daughter or it was 3 daughters or something like that. And then next thing you know, Shaky she had doxed the lady that was up there on Tell's panel. And that's what really got Tells upset, that they doxed her subscriber. And then it just kept going on and on and on after that.
Okay, because Tells was interested in who was Monica the Avatar.
No, she really wasn't interested in who was Monica the Avatar. She was pro Monica, because Tells had a beef with Nosy too. So just like me, we were both making videos basically showing more of nosy hoe behavior because like anybody in the same situation with Shaky, most people think that this person is doing something good, but you don't really know this person and how they really operate. So that's what I feel like me and Tells was doing, showing people like, no, this is how this girl operates. This is how she gets down. And I think once her channel went down and, Tells was just talking about it with one of her subscribers and just having a conversation about it, or I don't really know the whole.
Tells pissed off someone. We need to find out who is that someone.
I think it was Monica.
Why? Because you said she was defending Monica.
She was defending Monica, but then when they asked Tells to go up on a panel and Tells said no, Monica and them did that video that night. And I think that is when, Monica and I think it was John Yates, and that's where down the video that Down the Rabbit Hole is in, I believe. And Tells was streaming it, and Tells was basically saying like, she was going off on Monica. Like, she was saying a lot of stuff.
Because, wait, the initial sin was Tell pissed off TPJ. Who is TPJ?
The Plainest Jane.
The Plainest Jane.
Yes, that's where Tell's target came from. Tell's target came from, well, honestly, Tell's target actually came from Tasha K.
Wait, repeat, please.
Yes, I believe Tell's initial target came from Tasha K.
She came from Tasha K?
No, the target on her came from Tasha K.
Why?
Because Tells was making videos about Tasha K, exposing Tasha K and how she was lying and things that Tasha K was doing, especially when it came to the Jaguar Wright thing, because Tells was pro Jaguar Wright.
Oh,
yes.